For the next 24 hours, I'll be patrolling River City and ERLC. To make things worse, I got assigned to the public server shift. This shift is notorious for being dangerous, so let's see if tonight will be any different. As I arrived at work, I wasn't surprised to see the local millionaires having a good time. I wasn't clocked in yet, so I just continued to walk in as if I saw nothing. I made my way into the locker room and got suited up for the long shift ahead of me. My radio played the sweet sound of panic buttons while I got ready. You know, the usual work playlist. Screams, sirens, and the occasional officer down really gets me pumped up for the night shift. Now that I'm looking good, I went over to the armory and I grabbed the largest rifle that I could find. This is me preparing to fire upon the first law violator that I encounter. My past shifts here have really impacted my view of justice. I headed out to the parking lot, accepting the fate of how tonight is surely going to end up. I hopped in my patrol cruiser and got ready to start my shift at 11 a.m. sharp. I begrudgingly marked myself available for calls and then began to head out on my journey. If the repeated sounds of my fellow officers' panic buttons didn't paint a picture for how tonight will go, here's my view as I exited the police station. It's just a burning vehicle. I pulled into this park hoping to find some peace and quiet. Surprisingly, nobody here is being mugged or trying to peddle some totally legit Robux. I pulled over and logged into the computer to see who I'll be hiding from tonight. It looks like the fella from Madagascar has made it all the way to River City and is causing quite a ruckus. He's a cute little guy though, so I'm gonna focus on someone else, like this guy. Wanted for 1 count evasion, 12 counts of officer murder, 3 counts firing into a house, 1 count ATM robbery, 1 count breaking into a vehicle, 1 count vehicle theft, 10 counts damaging vehicles, 8 counts firing on officers, but oh look, only 1 outstanding traffic ticket. Maybe he's not that bad. I mean, at least he stops at red lights. Wait, no, 250 counts firing on a helicopter. Okay, never mind. This guy, he's got a sky-high body count. Get it? And 8 counts popping tires. I mean, seriously, gosh, does he have a personal vendetta against rubber? Oh, and 1 count civilian murder, 2 counts cash register robbery. Honestly, at this point, I'm just impressed, but I'm still gonna have to track him down. It looks like Air 1 was able to locate our felon, so let's head over there now. I got close enough to hear the blades of the police chopper, but it appears that other officers have got to him first. No complaints from me though, that's a lot less paperwork. So with the most wanted felon behind bars, I headed back on patrol. Within about 15 seconds, a report came in about a robbery at the jewelry store. This time I was determined to arrive first. I spun around and drove as fast as I could to the shopping complex. When I pulled in, I saw a man matching the description of our suspect trying to enter a taxi. He locked eyes with my cruiser and ran back into the jewelry store with a large weapon. I got out and prepared for a fight, but other officers arrived and entered the building. I realized there was a back door to this building, so I jumped in my cruiser as gunshots rang out. As I pulled around the back, I saw a damaged vehicle fleeing the area, so I gave chase. The other officer here was so focused on the suspect, he didn't realize he was redecorating my vehicle with ventilation holes that I definitely didn't ask for. I continued to follow the suspect all by myself. Poor Farmer Jensen here has had to replant these fields 13 times just this month. At least my favorite number is 14. Our friend here strikes a pole, crashing just after. I thought I was all alone until I saw an officer jump out of the burning vehicle. The man opened fire, injuring the officer before turning his aim on me. I took cover and put many rounds into the perp. I tried to get a visual on the suspect when, as I lie on the ground, severely injured, I think about why I'm here. Why do I continue to work for River City? I was just turned from a perfectly good bowl into a spaghetti strainer. My backup here is ringing the doorbell to ask the suspect if they don't mind coming out for a stern talking to. Not to mention, the delivery driver who's completely unfazed by the extreme violence. I mean, seriously? Gosh. I awoke in the hospital, just hoping that my 24-hour shift was over with. At River City PD, they don't send you home for something like this. You just go right back to work. As it turns out, Shifts here aren't calculated by the clock, but by hours served, and I was only halfway done.
That's just ridiculous.
As I left that hospital, I remembered why I come back to work every single day. I saw my paycheck get deposited. I earned a whopping 800 smackaroos in exchange for the most dangerous job in the world. Then, I saw an officer put out this ominous message. I was unsure what Harrows or Harrows are, so this intrigued me. I pulled over quickly to search it up. Nothing really made sense. Maybe it was meant to say arrows, but H is nowhere near the other letters. I had to go down there and see for myself. As any veteran cop does, I threw on my lights and sirens so I could drive as fast as possible over there, with no real emergency in sight. Hopefully, no other officers follow me, thinking I'm en route to the next big news event of the city. So there I went, banging the rev limiter the whole way in search of the Harrows. When I arrived, I was surprised to see nothing. There was really nothing to see. An officer had his vehicle parked in the alley as he stood on the roof, but I still couldn't really understand what was going on. I turned my vehicle around to get a better look, and sure, I could just get out and ask the guy, but that would require, getting out and asking the guy. So I guess I'll just, Yeah, that was totally my fault. If there's one good thing about being an officer in River City, people have so many other things to worry about, nothing really bothers anyone. I left there with no answers to my question, and now I'll be driving back to the city in the same manner that we came, by protecting and serving my desire for speed, baby! Once I was back in the city, I stumbled across a bit of commotion. As I got closer, I still hadn't got a clue about what was going on. All I know is bullets started flying and a pink truck was in a hurry to get out of there. I spun my cruiser around and gave chase as the primary officer. Although this job can be dangerous, I sure do love driving fast and chasing the bad guys. Another officer was able to pass me and take over as primary, so for now I'll just continue to follow them. It turns out his cruiser is outfitted with high-tech security because the vehicle will just stop working occasionally. Thankfully, my amazing handling skills avoided a serious collision, but as you'll see, that's only the start of things. We're about to see another high-tech security feature from the officer's cruiser. Here, it's gonna self-destruct in order to render the bad guy useless. Unfortunately, the bad guy is not a bad guy, just my only backup in this chase. Turns out, more of our cruisers are fitted with this security tech. Surely it can't be the drivers, right? Here, we see another River City resident flooring it down the opposite lanes of traffic. Nothing surprising, to be honest. With a few close calls behind us, I continued to give chase, leading back into the city. Another one of our officers was able to get past me, and his car is equipped with a grabber. The officers in these cars are highly trained, so I'm relieved to know that this chase is about to end. Once he gets this truck, I can go home and end this 24-hour shift. So here I am, finding myself once again face first in the grass. After today, I'm never coming back. Well, at least for the next 24 hours. If you haven't yet, press the like button down below and subscribe to the channel. I appreciate each and every one of you who show support. I really do see every single comment and new subscriber. We're so close to 500 subs, and I'm grateful if you've made it this far in the video. Comment RCPD if you are still here, and I will see you guys in the next one.